During the pandemic, like many people, I succumbed to a little online retail therapy. But like probably my favorite thing I bought was this really beautiful handmade ceramic incense holder. And I just loved the colors. They were very unique for that particular kind of ceramic work, and the glaze was really stunning. And I so enjoyed having it on my desk. And then I must have knocked it over and I broke it into all these pieces. And I was really disappointed. And so I decided to keep them in a little stack on my desk. And I just, because again, I found them really beautiful. And the other day I was sitting there and I'm like, why do I have these? And I was like, well, there's still a beauty in being broken. Not that we want to celebrate being a victim or being pummeled by life. Even the most evolved beings will have moments when they're being called into some greater expression or evolution of their self. And there is a moment of you have to sort of be broken down to be built up anew. And so I don't think we should feel any shame in those moments of melancholy or seeming struggle, because friction, struggle, growing pains are different than like perpetual suffering and negativity and wallowing in our own, self-importance. To paraphrase Leonard Cohen, like the crack is where the light gets in, right? So if you aren't broken down in some sense, you can't be built up back anew. So heartbreak is always like one of the greatest genesis and like sources of fuel for greater creation, artistic, creative, personal, whatever it might be. And that can be of any kind: losing a job, it could be, the death of a loved one, the end of a friendship. Every end is just a beginning. It depends on your purview. And so I keep this as a reminder that there is, beauty in being broken. It is actually true scientifically that when a caterpillar enters the chrysalis for its grand metamorphosis, it actually melts down into what they call like imaginal fluid. It's this like utterly, truly fluxus state, from which then it is reassembled as the butterfly. And it's not like, the carcass of the caterpillar somehow atrophies in certain capacities and then the shell of it then sprouts wings and that's what the butterfly is. No, it gets completely disintegrated into its most basic elements to be reassembled molecularly in a brand new way. And so being broken is really just it's one way, like less euphemistically, so to say, to talk about really being reattuned for greater expression.